In this video, I want to show you my mobile office setup and explain to you why I think you should consider doing the same thing for yourself. Hi, my name is Rémi Boudreau, licensed painter, color consultant, owner of Expressions Painting, and founder of Expressions Painting University. You are called by a client to go to their house and give them an estimate, and what unfortunately often happens is that painters or people will say, okay, let me get back to you in a day or two or whatever, or email the estimate or drop off the estimate, etc. The problem with this is that by the time you leave, some of the small details you may have forgotten. And the other thing too is if you take the time to give them immediately what they are really asking for to help them make decisions and move forward, then you're serving them at a higher level. But the bigger benefit that I find that this gives you and your client is that when you're inside the client's house, you talk about the estimate and then you go through the house and then you have an idea of the pricing. When you go outside in your vehicle to write up the proposal, this gives them a chance to talk amongst themselves without you in the room. This will then lead to them asking certain questions that when you walk back in, you can address and answer. This facilitates the transaction taking place. This means that you're going to land more projects. They get a chance to ask you important questions that they find valuable and see if it's a right fit to employ you and your company to work for them. Okay? So here I'm going to go and give you an insider's view of my setup inside my vehicle, and then I'm going to come back and address you for some final words. Alright guys, so here is the mobile office setup. Just gonna come in here to show you. So right here is just a regular portable printer, easily find, like you can usually get that for, you know, 150 bucks, something like that. And then right here, there's a couple of files. I usually have my quote forms that what I do, I end up putting there and then I print, and then in the back of it you'll have this, and then the front your quote, of course. Right here I put my binder with all my notes for when I do the estimates, and I actually have a MacBook Air that I can also slide in here. It's a really great computer, long battery life, is very thin so it fits nicely there. And then right here you have this panel that slides in and out, so I just lay my computer there when I'm using it with some non-slip pad that I added there. This kind of mobile setup comes with like a strap that you can strap. I never thought that works really good. I prefer when I'm not using it, I put my computer here. When I'm using it there, I tighten this up, and then it doesn't slide. And then what I did, this was not there, but I just drilled a hole, and then I bought this little kind of cover that you can easily find wherever they sell desks. This is just the same kind of thing that you would see on office furniture where you run the cables. So I just drilled a hole there and put that there so that I can run the cables and hide them nicely here. So when my laptop is there, I just plug that in. It's all there. And then there's also a compartment underneath where I have a backup charger for my printer. Which, by the way, for the printer, what I would definitely recommend is, if you notice in the back, this right there is a battery pack. So this here, once it's charged, you can go for a couple of weeks at least, and then just printing your quotes when you need it. And this whole thing comes out, as you see there, it just sits nicely in the van. And so you can also run a safety belt right there, so that it holds it nicely in place. But for me, it's just so tight to the front that I don't really need it. So highly recommend this, because then everything is in this mobile office. This mobile office is probably, I'll post a link in the video description there, but you can probably get that for $250, $300, something like that. And then with the printer, you know, probably looking something, even if it were, let's say, $500.
the benefit that this will give you. Now, what I really like about this whole setup is the fact that it comes out very easy. So if I need to swap things around, if I'm going to have my wife sitting here, or if I'm going to pick up the kids, it's easy to take the whole thing out, put it in my garage, or put it in the back of the van, and it's back to a regular vehicle. And if I need back my office, it's a very simple thing to swap. So I hope you've enjoyed.
So I hope that with this kind of setup and what we said at the beginning, that you're seeing the importance of investing a little bit of your money into setting up a system in an office that can deliver a professional looking quote fast, efficiently, etc. to the clients. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've walked back in the client's house giving them a fully computerized quote and have them say, "What, you have a computer in your car?" and proudly say yes. This shows a level of professionalism that is very rare in our industry. So this alone sets you apart, establishes, like I said, an opportunity to answer some questions, etc. So if you like what you've seen there and you'd like maybe a bit of guidance in terms of helping you write up proposals and come up with a sales system to help you land more jobs without having to sacrifice and cutting the pricing and things like that, I do have a selling course that I would definitely recommend that you look into, where you can download all the quote forms, and we explain to you how to write the whole thing, how to present the thing, so to help your clients and you form better opportunities, better transactions, so that everything is smoother, everyone's happy, you're getting the job at a good margin, your client feels that they're getting good value, your painters are in an opportunity where they can get to be in a house where the client is enjoying them, having them around, because everything is smooth up to that point. This is what win-win relationships are all about. Okay, so I encourage you watching. In the meantime, if you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, or be sure to sign up for our weekly tips and tricks at Expressions Painting University. And if you're ready to change your colors, I'm talking to you people in the Greater Moncton area. If you're in a place where you'd like to change those colors, Gino and I will help you change your life. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again next week.